On my first day in front of the camera, I start in after I got a brief stoppage of the rain. As I'm climbing into our tower blind, the wind starts to pick up, and I pray it subsides, because winds are not good for the turkeys hearing your calling. After hearing a few gobbles sounding off, I do some soft calling. And before long, 2 hens start heading our way. Then they start a little race towards my blind. After scratching and pecking the ground for about 15 minutes, they strolled back into the woods. Unfortunately, that was the end of the turkeys this day. The next day, after a few gobblers sounding off, I made some soft calls, and some hens started coming our way. Just as the hens start picking up the pace, my wife spots gobblers at the end of the field. I could see the first one was a jake. When I picked up my binoculars, I could see the other 2 were longbeards. Then the 4th one popped out, and it too had a nice long beard. These guys were in no hurry to reach the hens. It's a little comical because these guys look like they're marching in a parade, with their beards swaying back and forth. The 3 long-bearded ones all looked about the same, so I would take any one that would give me the shot first. My wife Deb, who was running the camera, kept asking me, aren't they too close? And I would assure her that I wouldn't shoot until there was some separation. Finally, one of them separated enough, and there we go.
Do you want to shoot one? No. They're still here. I could take a double.
I decided to stop talking and not educate them to me up in the blind.
Well, I'm gonna go down and get my bird. Well, finally, after a whole week of waiting and calling, finally got one of the longbeards to come in. We had a jake come in the first day, but we didn't want to take no jakes. And finally today, we had to hear a minimum of 100 gobbles. And as you seen on the video, they all came in. I had to wait forever to get a shot because they were just together, and I had to wait till they got apart. But a beautiful New York turkey. Got maybe a 10-inch beard. Beautiful 3-year-old bird. Great time up here in New York.
The next day I head into the same blind, hoping at least one of the gobblers would return. Again, after hearing a distant gobble, I make some soft calls, hoping they respond. And it wasn't long before 3 hens started approaching my blind from where all the turkey roost. While this gal prettied herself up, the other 2 snuck in behind her. And yep, she raced in. After about a half hour with the sun starting to brighten things up, I decided to make a few soft calls to see how the hens would react. And while paying attention to them, I got a big surprise.
Gobbler, 2 of them. One here.
Where?
Right here. There's 2 together.
There's two together.
They're right chasing the other one.
I see them.
Don't get down. Well, he didn't make it too far. Did some flopping, a little jumping, but that's all the further he made it. Holy moly. This has got even longer spur. He got hooks. Get a little close up of them hooks. This one's got a nice hook on it. Those are limb hangers. And I'm going to see if I can find a tree and hang them on it. Well, this guy went a little bit further. He hopped and flopped and made it into the woods. But check it out. He got limb hangers. Well, I'm done here in New York. Got one yesterday. Decided to stay today. And again, got one first thing in the morning. About 6:30. But what a beautiful, beautiful bird. Again, I did a little bit of soft calling with the last step game calls. I was using the box and this slate call, and in he came. What a beautiful bird. Second one up here in New York, 2 days in a row, and I'm done.